If you're trying to get in mobile home investing, listen to me real close. Because one of the biggest reasons people stay stuck is not because they can't find leads. It's because they don't know what a real deal actually looks like. So today, I'm going to break down exactly how to spot a great mobile home deal, what to look for, what to avoid, and how to know if you should move forward or walk away. And I'm going to keep this really, really simple because you don't need to be a deal scientist. You just need a system. Let's get right into it. So, mobile home investing can be one of the fastest ways you get your first deal done. Homes can be cheap, sellers can be motivated. And if you buy right, you can make money on the front end and the back end. But here's the real problem: a lot of people fall in love with the price of the mobile home. They see something listed for 5 grand, 10 grand, 15 grand, and they instantly think this is a deal. But I'm telling you right now, a cheap home does not always mean it's a good deal. A great deal is not about the price. A great deal is about the exit plan and the spread. Meaning, how much room do you have to make money without guessing? So, in this video, I'm going to cover 4 things. First, what a great deal actually is. Second, the quick filters I use to know if it's even worth my time. Third, the numbers that make it a deal or not. And fourth, how to lock it up with confidence once you find that one. Let's start with what a great deal actually means. So, a great mobile home deal means you can buy it at a price that makes sense. You can either flip it, wholesale it, or rent it out without getting stuck holding the whole bag. And here's what I mean: a great deal checks at least one of these boxes. The seller is motivated, the price has room, the home is in a condition that you can work with. And if you don't have any of those things, you're not looking at a deal, you're looking at a project. So let's get into how to spot one fast. The first thing I look at is the motivation, because motivation is what creates discounts. Okay. Motivation is what creates the flexibility of the deal. The motivation is what gets deals actually done. So, so I'm always gonna ask the seller questions like, why are you selling? How soon do you want it to be done with? What's stopping you from keeping it? And what you want to listen for is the real reasons. They moving, they inherited, they tired of paying for it. It's sitting vacant. They don't even want to fix it up. Those are the sellers that's gonna work with you. Trust me. Now, if the seller is not motivated, you got to come correct with them numbers, right? Like that's the only way, because you're not gonna get a deal based on a conversation. Now, the second thing I look for is the location. And I ain't talking about like a fancy mobile home park and all that stuff. I'm talking about the simple things. Is it in the park or is it on land? Because those two are two different deals. And if it's in the park, you need to know the lot rent, right? Which I talked about in my last video. You need to know the rules. You need to know if the park is even going to approve your buyer, because you can have a good home, but if the park makes it difficult to sell, your deal gonna move real slow. Now, if it's on land, you need to ask different questions. Is the deed or title clean? Are there any liens on the property? Is it legally tied down to the property? And what's the condition of the home plus the land? Because land can add value quick, but it also can come with surprises. Now, the third thing I look at is the condition. This is where a lot of beginners get really emotional about this, right? They walk into a home and say, "Oh, I can fix this." Right? "Oh, it ain't that bad. I just need a little paint." But you got to be careful with that mindset, because what kills profit is not the paint, it's the bigger repairs. So here's what I'm looking for: do the floors feel solid? Is the roof leaking? Does it have plumbing issues? Does it need electrical work? Is the AC or HVAC working? Is it visible mold that I see? Because if the home has major issues, it doesn't mean that the deal is dead. It just means your offer got to be lower and your numbers need to be even tighter. So let's talk about the numbers because this is where deals for real are made. Here's the deal filter I want you to use. If you want to spot a great deal, you need to know three numbers. What can I sell it for? What will it cost me to fix this home? And what's the most I can pay to still make money? That's it. Because your profit is the gap between what you're all in for or what you can sell it for. So I'm gonna break down. Here's a simple formula. So you got the ARV minus repairs minus profit equals your max offer. Now I'm gonna say that again. What can it sell for? Minus the repairs, minus the profit you want, that equals your max offer. So if a home can sell for 40,000, it needs 10,000 in work. You want to make $10,000 profit, you can't pay more than $20,000 for that home. That's how you avoid guessing. Now, if you're wholesaling, it's even simpler. You need room for your assignment fee. If you're trying to make $5,000, 5 G's, you need to make sure the deal is discounted enough so that your buyer still wins, all right? And you still profit. Now, let's talk about the biggest mistake most people make. They find a decent deal, they don't move on it, they overthink it, and then they just wait too long and don't even lock it up. Then somebody else, like myself, go ahead and get it. So once your numbers begin to make sense, this is how you actually move. You make the seller a clean, confident offer. Keep it simple. You say, based on the condition and the work needed, I can pay you X amount of dollars. I can close quick. I can handle the process. Does that work for you? Then you just stop talking. Because sellers don't need a speech. They don't need you to convince them. They just need clarity. Now, I'm going to give you the real truth. Great deals don't look perfect at all. Great deals actually look like problems, but they're problems that you can solve with the right numbers. So let me do a recap for this for you. A great mobile home deal comes to four things, all right? Motivation, location, condition, and the numbers. If the seller is motivated, the location makes sense, the condition is workable, and the numbers give you room, that is a deal worth locking up. But if any one of those are off, you better either renegotiate or be cool with walking away. Because we're not in this to do deals. We're in this to do profitable deals. Now, if you need help learning how to analyze deals much faster, talk to sellers with confidence, actually start getting deals done to execute, I got my community, my elite squad, where we break this down step by step and we help people like you execute. The link is below. Listen, make sure you like, share, subscribe to this video. I'm going to see you next video. Let's get it.